All right. It is time. It's like 7:45 in the morning. We're in Poncha Springs, and today we're going to be riding Section 3, so Buena Vista to Lake City on the Colorado BDR. Kind of feels a little bit serendipitous because I was heading out of the same hotel a year ago going on the CDT, but that way we're driving over Monarch Pass. So now it's a quick 20 minutes right back to Buena Vista and then hop on the collegials from there. But let's see how it goes. I think through the collegials it's mostly going to be pretty easy. I would love to do Tincup as an alternative to the paved part, but I heard as of this weekend there was still 38 inches of water at Mirror Lake, and this is not a submarine, so we're gonna have to skip that part. But we're coming on to Johnson's village, and then right into Buena Vista, where we're gonna jump on the road that takes us over Cottonwood Pass. It's a nice cool morning. It's just after 8 o'clock, 62 degrees, perfect riding temperature. We'll see if the temperatures change dramatically once we go up in altitude. I don't think I've ever been over Cottonwood, but I believe it could even be fully paved, but we'll see. But the only other decent way to get where we want to go would be Tincup, but like I said, the water is way too deep still on Mirror Lake, and that's after you do Tincup, which is already a bit more of a challenging trail for sure. And 3 feet of water is just not great on a bike that's fully loaded. On the left here is Mount Princeton. There's some fun jeep trails in this area and a nice 2 tracks. Today is Wednesday, July something, early July. 7th, 8th, something like that. Maybe 9th. That's when you know you're in riding mode and you forget what weekday and what date it is. That's the goal, right? Just getting away from the calendar for a little bit. Beautiful view with a nice little alpine lake. We just passed the 10,000 foot mark. Temperatures are in the mid 50s. You can definitely feel pockets of cold air coming through. Oh, moose. Just ran into the woods. Nice. First moose of the trip. Probably not gonna come out in the GoPro. I only saw it once it was on the other side of the road. Alright, we're gonna be here at the top of Cottonwood Pass. just over 12,000 feet. Shows on my tablet. Let's see what the actual height is. $12,000 and something feet. Oh, what an amazing view. I was so focused on this road that I forgot that there's a trail that went off, so I had to do a quick double back to get back on here. But finally on dirt for the first time today. We need to go left. 2-track. Amazing. Oh, that's so pretty here. Let's see. I want to bring out the drone too while I'm at it. Alright, we got some water crossings here. A really long one. Don't know how deep it is. Definitely a little bit on the deeper side. Whew. Oh, that was fun. Definitely the biggest water crossing we've had to do on this trip so far. And sure enough, I got another water crossing. This one I can't see the bottom of, so we're just gonna keep going nice and easy. Amazing. Huh, did not expect that. That was fun. Well, that was really fun. Short stretch of like 2-track with several water crossings, one really small one and then 2 bigger ones. They were fairly long and deep, much more so than the ones up near between Gypsum and Buena Vista. Surprised that wasn't like a highlight on the map, but those are great. And we're getting closer to Tincup, the small little town, ghost town, though there's some people living there still, so I don't know what to call it. Settlement. Right around 10,000 feet elevation, 64 degrees, beautiful day. This is little Tincup here. We keep climbing up Cumberland Pass. It's a little rocky but not difficult. Incredible view up here, going down the valley. This is the road that we came from. Down there is Tincup. Alright, time for some drone videos. Alright, so I made it over Cumberland Pass. Beautiful view from up there, especially looking down the east side. And now Just gonna ride those easy switchbacks down from Cumberland Pass. Lots of standing water here. That would make for a beautiful but very mosquito driven like campground area. Alright, we're coming into the small community of Pitkin here at 9,300 feet. Nice little town. I love that tiny bulldozer. From here we're heading into Camp Burt Gulch. There's another permanent snowman here. Looks like that was another BDR rider on one of those Harleys. Not sure why anybody would want to do that to themselves, but to each their own. But careful, right, buddy. False neutrals are getting to me. Not sure what's causing that. I have to do some digging when I get home. I love riding through these aspen forests. So pretty. What a beautiful day it is though. Up here is where the tracks kind of deviate. Continental Divide track into Sargent's goes this way to the left, and then the BDR goes to the right. So it's just a difference for a few miles, but you come out pretty much the same place. Since I haven't been on the BDR side to the right, we're gonna take that route. Alright, we're coming up to the section where we're crossing the road, going from Sargent's over here to Gunnison, and Black Canyon to Gunnison, Montrose, Lake City, like all that stuff. But we're going to cross the road and you can see the trails in the distance up there. That's BDR/Continental Divide that we're heading to. Alright, so we're going to jump on the road for a few hundred yards and then back off the road. Alright, and from here in Doyleyville, back on the trail. So we've already done 100 miles today. We've got about 70 more to go to Lake City. No gas station in between. You can go to Sargent's or Gunnison to gas up. But shouldn't be an issue. Alright, so the alternate route goes off right in there. I'm gonna skip it. I did it last year. It's not hard, like I said. It's just this open ranch land here, just on 2 tracks. There's not one difficult part there at all. So figured I'll run a normal route, something new for me to see. Ahead of us you can see the San Juan Mountains already popping up. It's our destination, but we're going to be riding these fast ranch roads for a little while longer. Gonna go down to that valley, then cross over, and some more less wide ranch roads, but nice and easy riding for the remainder of the day. It's 11:30 and just got about 55 miles left to Lake City. So a very short highway section, and then we'll cross over again. And here we are. I get closer to the San Juans. Alright, gonna do a little off the main trail diversion here, which is nice. I didn't do that part last time. Looks like just fun little 2 tracks. A nice change of pace. Nice little climb. Nice little diversion. Nothing difficult, just fun little tracks. Baby cow on the road. Come on, little one. I miss my little Myrtle. Little English bulldog girl I have at home. Just like a little cow. Oh, what a view. Probably take a lunch break at the same little lunch spot I did last time. Right by the little creek. Nice and shady. So far these GoPros are performing really nicely on this trip. Only problem, sometimes this one doesn't want to charge and record at the same time. But compared to all of the issues that I have with that stupid mini GoPro on my last two trips, hey babies. Can you guys move? So stubborn. I've just been through here last year, but it's so beautiful. I don't mind. I'd love to drone this area, but power lines, not gonna do it. Not the day before the big drone day. Don't want to risk it. Warm enough that I just want to lay in that creek. Oh, that'd be nice. Looks like we got a traffic jam on the trail. A little road machine work. Perfect. Thank you. Oh, what a lovely little trail here. That is the picnic area I was talking about here. Alright, nice little lunch break here. Ran into 3 other BDR riders from the Midwest, Wisconsin and Chicago. They're going the same way I'm going. Started out in Pitkin. So who knows, maybe I'll run into them again. They're wanting to do the Utah BDR after this. It's gonna get toasty. I don't recommend doing Utah in July. Such a fun road. Alright, that concludes the off-road riding part for today. So from here, short drive into Lake City. About 10 miles. We'll do a little bit more bike maintenance, get some gas. Go from there. But definitely not tackling the passes this afternoon. In the summer afternoon, pretty much every single afternoon, there's rain or thunderstorms in the mountains. But this is the beauty we're gonna go through tomorrow, so no rush. I love this area. Doesn't matter how many times I've been here, and I've been here quite a bit. It's just every time it blows my mind how pretty it is, how fun it is. Such an amazing sight, and to think that tomorrow we'll be going over 12,000 plus foot passes. It's just incredible to be able to ride that area. And down in the distance is Lake City, 5 miles out. Nice and toasty in Lake City, a little unexpectedly. 84 degrees. Made it to Lake City. Beautiful little town. So I gotta find some gas and then decide what we're gonna do about lodging. Fun day today though. Overall pretty easy riding, some water crossings. Definitely one of the shorter sections, but don't want to start at like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, just getting started on the passes here. Thunderstorms rolling in pretty frequently this time of the year. But it's been a couple of years since I've been here. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think it may have been back in 2021. Wow, time flies. Out of everything. Alright, well, so today started out in Poncha Springs, taking on section 3 of the Colorado BDR. Had a rest day yesterday, which was well needed. Did some maintenance on the bike. Just at the chain slack, replaced air filter, set up the suspension. I completely changed all the rebound, the compression, high-low speed, front and rear of the bike. And I think I have it pretty well dialed in now. But yeah, so drove 20 miles over to Buena Vista, where the trail picked up, went over Cottonwood Pass, which all paved. Nice little drive, a little chilly in the morning, but overall pretty easy driving. Then on the way down from Cottonwood Pass, turned into two-track, which was really fun. And then unexpectedly had a couple of water crossings, which were the biggest ones of the trip so far. One was pretty long and semi-deep, and the other, but you could see where you're going. The other one, you couldn't see where you were going. From there, went to Tincup, and then up over Cumberland Pass, which was pretty easy riding. Right before then, dropped. Then after that, dropped into the town of Pitkin, and then headed out over like open ranch trails towards Sargent's, crossed the road, and then just hit the easiest part of the Colorado BDR, which is just miles and miles of open, easy dirt roads, ranch land. Same stuff I drove under on the Continental Divide Trail last year. Got to the same little picnic spot eventually. Right before Lake City, ran into a couple of bikers that were also running the BDR on T7s, which was nice to catch up with. And then arrived pretty early in Lake City at around 2:30 in the afternoon or so. It was, while still early in the day, I could have kept going, but overall, riding the high passes in the afternoon in Colorado, especially this time of the year, is a really bad idea. There's always thunderstorms up there, and it can be pretty severe weather. And looking out there, it's definitely some thunderstorms today too. So then the plan is for tomorrow, just make an early day, going up the passes, Cinnamon over to California, to Hurricane, to Corkscrew, and then Ophir. And then, I mean, that's a lot of major passes. And then seeing, once we get to Telluride, how much we have left in the tank, and not just gas, but energy, and go from there. So either camp out between there and Dolores somewhere, or power through to Cortez. I have no idea how the day is going to go. So just have to kind of play it by ear and go from there.